I actually had something happen that I wanted to tell you guys so bad. Like the minute it happened, this was 2 days ago. The minute it happened, I like opened the chat and I was like, save it. You have to save this. Me and my mom were hanging out and we went back. I went back to Long Island to like get whatever with her and lunch, and we had to do some passport shit. So whatever. But we're at the post office, and my mom is sitting there. She's parked outside the post office, and there's a guy who wants to get into the spot that we're in, and he's waiting. And then he goes, we're in there for like a minute or two. My mom's like slowly putting her seatbelt on, checking her fucking this and that, and we just hear, "Huh?" And me and my mom both like, okay, we see you, whatever. Then he pulls around my mom and he backs up. He's backing up into a spot that's in front of her. And he's getting so close that my mom goes, "Hey," and lays on the horn. I was so uncomfortable with her doing that I was like, stop. And she's like, "The guy's going to fucking hit me." And he was getting close. And I think he was doing it to scare her.
Of course.
But she was going, "Hey," to his, "Hey." And he comes out of this car. It's like a 60-something-year-old guy, fucking Long Island guy, like not gonna hurt nobody. I could have kicked this guy's ass.
Okay.
He comes out of the car. He starts walking towards the post office, looking at my mom. My mom's going, like doing that through the windshield. He's going,
"What are you doing in the passenger seat?"
I'm sitting there.
I'm in the cut.
I'm just in the cut.
Okay.
And I tried to be in the cut. I really did.
Great name for a podcast.
Tried to be in the cut?
No,
Or
just in the cut. Yeah.
I'm sure there's like a... Nicole, look that up. No, I'm kidding. She could do whatever I say.
She very
She
much
does whatever I
will
say.
not, because she literally threw her hand up in anger when you said that. She's like,
Because minutes before we started, Brennan's like, "I'm not going to want to look anything up." Don't connect your computer to my TV.
we have a hard don't look anything up.
We don't look
policy.
anything up. And so he goes, "Do we have a problem?" to my mom. And he's like, "Do we have a problem?" And then he starts walking towards her window.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets me a little bit.
Of course.
That starts me. I'm like,
No,
not
he's
only
physically intimidating your mother.
this is becoming a threat.
Yeah.
And I go, but I'm still in the cut because my
Mhm.
mom is a fucking pro to deal with people.
Mhm.
She's a cunt, basically. She's good at it. Like, did I ever tell you that like it only just hit me that my teachers would constantly be talking about how much like of a badass my mom was? Like, yeah, your mom don't want to fuck with Brendan's mom. And that was them telling me she was a cunt, I just realized that. That was them being like, she's a fucking asshole. But anyway, so he comes to the window. He comes to the window. How am I doing? He comes to the window.
I'm making eye contact. I'm smiling.
Time
I'm
check.
saying, yeah. I'm in, man. I'm still in. Feeney is being as unsupportive as humanly possible.
I'm clinging to the end of the story, the part where it gets good.
Okay.
I don't even care. This is his podcast.
Yeah, I know.
love
That's
it.
why I'm
I love
like,
it.
You should care. So
what's the name of this?
it's called Sagdaddy Depod. Did you not know that?
That's
I just
awesome.
wanted you to say it. Go ahead.
Top tier.
He walks towards the car and he's going, "Do we have a problem?" My mom, he goes, "Do we have a problem?" And I'm sitting there.
What
'cause
was that? She rolled down the window?
She rolled down the window.
Okay.
So she
I
rolled
picked that
down the
up.
window.
No, I just wanted to confirm, but that's also a dumb move. Why would she put nothing between her and an assailant?
I don't know.
You already said this guy's not going to do anything.
And my mom said that
What
too.
does that mean?
But you don't
Would
know.
you give him an ocular pat down, you dummy?
Yeah.
You have absolutely no idea what this guy's
I agree
about.
with both
if I
of
had
you.
to bet money, I would bet that Brendan has his phone open and is either texting or scrolling until
Candy Crush.
the person's walking up, or Candy Crush, until the
No.
person's walk. You don't have your phone in your hand?
It's a good guess, but no. I mean, my phone is in my hand. For sure.
So
I mean,
instead of no, you meant
It's
yes.
But I'm
open.
like this.
There is something.
You're doing
playing.
this.
I'm going
You're
like this. I'm like this
This is
now.
you. You're going like this.
Yeah.
You're going.
Because I'm like,
whoa.
because I was going like that, and then it was as soon as she was going, I was like, stop.
But also, you could basically pistol whip somebody with an iPhone now, so you might as well keep it in your hand.
Right.
So go ahead,
they're
keep
also
going.
waterproof.
So your mom just basically goes, "Punch me in the face,"
Right.
opens her window.
So my mom opens her window, which is a bad move. But I'm
Yeah.
sitting there and I'm going, you know what? Stakes are low. This guy's not going to do shit. let me work on my anger here.
I would have been out of the car already. Go ahead.
And he had a stupid box that all because he was bringing it to the post office, so he was just holding a box, and I just kept imagining me going go and pushing,
Pushing and stomping and mean and grr. Yeah.
Dude, if I got out of the car and I just went,
Yeah. Dude, he would run in the other direction.
You'd climb up on the hood of the car.
yeah, I'm like,
Perch. Yeah.
yeah. So my mom rolls down the window in an act of dangerousness, and she says to him, she goes, "You're backing up into me. You couldn't wait a minute. We were coming out. I was just putting my seatbelt on. You couldn't wait one fucking minute."
Mhm.
And he goes, and this guy goes, so I'm going, Mom's got this. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm going, Mom's got this.
Sure.
Work on my anger because it's coming up. It's
You're
going.
really justifying your inactivity here, but go ahead.
So I'm like,
so I'm doing nothing
So
while
I'm
my mom takes the
reclining.
complete
Yeah, I go,
brunt of
hey,
this
don't talk
social
to her like
interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, stop doing that.
So my mom glances around for any help. I give nothing. So she's faced with this
I
asshole.
had just hit the jackpot on Candy Crush, which, as you know,
you
it's
have
a
to-
rare feat.
you have to keep going.
Yeah.
Her teeth are up against the curb at this point.
Yeah, and Brendan's asking for a credit card to get more
The
lives.
guy's literally like, "Are you sure?" Yeah, I'm opening another Macy's card. Mom, handle it. So so he goes to the window. My mom says the seatbelt thing. He goes, and this is when I had to jump in because I'm a cunt myself.
Mhm.
The cunt hasn't fallen far from the tree.
From the cunt.
And he was like, I was there waiting like half a minute. And I go, half a minute? That's 30 seconds. You couldn't wait? You're that impatient? And then he says to my mom, he goes, well, maybe you shouldn't have your license, which is like old people mic drop
Right.
thing.
I thought he was going to be like, you tell your daughter to shut the fuck up.
You tell your they to be quiet.
You tell them. And so he goes, and that's just mean. There's nothing else besides, because we're kind of having an argument
Is
where
your mom
we're
that like much older than this guy?
no, she's like in her 60s.
Here's the thing.
She's in her
is he-
late 60s.
It's
but she
definitely
doesn't
mean.
look old.
It's exactly what I would have said.
Right.
It's exactly what I would have said.
Right. So
I mean, I probably wouldn't. Well, I would, but I'd hope I wouldn't have freaked out over 30 seconds. But maybe if it was like 3 or 4 minutes, I would have been upset.
it was
2
not.
minutes is
Okay.
a long time.
It was also like there was a spot right behind us. Like,
Right. But once you see, if he also believed that she shouldn't have had her license, then the impatience and also his attitude should have slowed down. Like he should have been like, hey, like chill out. But he was gaslighting,
But
or at least trying to be a cocksucker.
the question is,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you'll know the answer to this, but from his perspective, was she 30 seconds foot on the brake and possibly even in reverse foot on the brake? Because then it's like, I'm about to go.
Good.
That is a good question.
Because then it's about to
That
go.
is a good question, and no, she was not. She
So
didn't
she
have
was
any.
parked.
I mean, she was still parked.
Okay, so then that's credit back to her then.
But also, let me put let me like put you in the exact like road we were on. It was very open. It was vacant. There was no point in him being like, it wasn't like the stakes weren't high on this parking spot.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It was like he could have
Oh, there were
waited.
other spots.
There were other spots.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, maybe you should have your license taken away, which is like, she wasn't even driving. So it was like, maybe you should have your license taken away. Now my brain goes, he just called her old and stupid.
Yeah.
And that's your mother. You know what I mean? So I was like, so I go, what the fuck did I say? I went, shut the fuck up.
What did I say? I had to think about that.
I go,
What clever little limerick did I spin for this? Oh, right. Shut the fuck up.
Outstanding, dude. It's really clever.
So I go, and we'll have to bleep this next part, but
Can't wait.
I go, we got to. But I will say it because I'll own up to it. I go, shut the fuck up. And he goes, he goes, like he's like taken back by it, and then he goes, have a blessed day.
Mhm.
And I went, I just screamed at
The
him.
Long Island came spilling
across
out.
my mom.
Did your mom look at you and high five you?
My mom never
They
heard
made
me.
out.
My mom never heard me say that before, and that was me being like, "Oh God, she just heard me
never
say."
heard you say that before.
Yeah, I've never said that in front of her before.
Wow.
But she didn't. I mean, just to skip ahead, she did not.
Good.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God, Peter Parker.
Oh, little rabbit.
Yeah. What are you, Ariel Elias?
Dude, if that was metal, you would have looked like a little rabbit.
She was not phased by it at all, actually, when I said that. But so I go.
She wasn't phased at all.
She wasn't phased
Did
at
you
all.
address it or did she go like, nice?
No, I didn't address it, but we kept kind of talking about me. I kept going. I was like, oh, I really wish she didn't get me to that point. And she goes, it happens. She was like, that guy, you got to imagine what being a part of that guy's family is like. Like we just had a run in with a weirdo like an asshole. Like imagine being a part of his family. Well, I'm the one being like, you know.
Right.
So
You're really
two
giving
beeps.
Nicole quite a 3.
Two bleeps there.
It was 3 at least, but
No.
for sure.
Well, I
But
only said it twice.
I'm curious, because you're in fight or flight in that moment. Like that's why you say that, and you have nothing. Like there's nothing that's really even
Yeah.
creative or to the point or anything.
You'd
like
think
it's just
a comic would be
spray.
able to exactly.
But no, not a comic, because this is a different thing. When it's potential physical
Fight or
conflict,
flight.
it's bringing you back to a lot of stuff that you can't even,
Right,
that
right.
isn't comedy.
right.
So you're
I'm
just-
literally like down the road.
You're
from
fire hosing energy, and it comes out in the worst thing that you can think of.
in my hometown where it was like,
yeah.
So I say that he goes like this, and then he walks away, and he goes like this. This is where I was like, this could be a bit, and I did, it's anyway. I think this could be a bit, but he blows a kiss at me, and I was so angry, and I didn't know what to do with that. Like I wanted the last word so bad, I caught the kiss. He went, "Mwah," and I went like this, and then I realized what I did. I aggressively grabbed his kiss, and then I went, "Fuck you," and I flipped him off. And then
you would have grabbed it, rolled down the window, and threw it out.
put it under my mom's tire.
Aggressively catch.
I caught it. It was so funny.
I love that you realized what you'd done.
Yeah. And that was a really good feeling. Like when I was angry in the car and I was like, this guy, and then I caught his kiss.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh. And I went, okay, well, at least there's that.